Alors, bienvenue, ladies and gentlemen. Bienvenue, mesdames et messieurs. Je m'appelle Joshua et je suis professeur à AIF et je vous accueille les bras ouverts à cette leçon de votre classe de unité B1. Et le titre de notre classe aujourd'hui, c'est Auparavant. Auparavant, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire auparavant? I want us to even start with this small exercise. Please look for the meaning of the word auparavant. Uh, the objective of today's class, dans cette classe aujourd'hui, nous allons apprendre comment parler de l'histoire. Hein? Comment exprimer les choses dans le passé. And the grammatical tool that we shall be learning today, c'est exprimer l'antériorité. Hmm? L'antériorité, ça veut dire something that has happened in the past. And that's why we have titled the lesson of this class as Auparavant. Auparavant, if I, let's make a word play, all right? Auparavant, if you say avant, all right? It's simple there, isn't it? Avant means before. So auparavant means like, way back, all right? Way back in the past. All right, so in today's class, we'll be learning how to speak well in the past, but we will not be using passé composé and just imparfait. Nous allons apprendre une autre manière d'exprimer quelque chose dans le passé. Et on appelle ça le pluscuparfait. Hein? So aujourd'hui, on va apprendre le pluscuparfait. On va essayer de comprendre comment et quand faut-il utiliser le pluscuparfait. Dans la première leçon, nous avons appris les faits divers. On a parlé sur les faits divers et je vous ai dit, I told you, que les faits divers is part of one of the topics that you really need to get acquainted with. And one of the very tenses that you will need, c'est le pluscuparfait. Parce que if you want to talk about something in the past, we will need things like le passé composé, l'imparfait, and most importantly, again, you need to understand that you have learned passé composé, vous avez appris l'imparfait. Now, if you learn pluscuparfait today, ladies and gentlemen, and you do not practice it, then learning has not occurred. All right, so what I'm saying is I want to challenge you that at the end of today's class, I need you to practice how to use the pluscuparfait. And I'll give you a tip quickly. Wherever you can use passé composé, you can substitute it with pluscuparfait. So the moment you start using pluscuparfait, you have shifted your level from A2 to B1. So if you really want to speak like a B1 student or a B1 candidate, vous devez commencer à adopter le pluscuparfait. Now, so quickly, let's talk about the formation of le pluscuparfait. But before then, let's learn when do we use pluscuparfait. The pluscuparfait, like it is said here, on utilise le pluscuparfait quand on veut exprimer une action qui s'est passée avant une autre action dans le passé. I feel like that's a lot of word passé. Quand on veut exprimer une action qui s'est passée avant une autre action dans le passé. I'll make that simple by illustrating this. All right? Now, ce que je suis en train de vous expliquer, c'est que we have different types of past. All right, that's why we have the past tense, the past continuous, and the like. You see, we have always known the passé composé. We know that passé composé, vous avez déjà appris le passé composé. But what I want to show you now is that if you look at these two actions here, le passé composé is just after the present, but there is another action that has happened before the passé composé. So that's what I'm trying to say, that the pluscuparfait, that's how we call it, pluscuparfait, PPQ. Le pluscuparfait is an action that has happened in the past, but it happened before another action in the past. All right, before another action in the past. So if you follow me back to where we're coming from, I said that quand on veut exprimer une action qui s'est passée avant une autre action. All right, so if you look over here, all right, I said that quand on veut exprimer une action qui s'est passée avant une autre action. So what I'm saying is that when you want to express an action that happened before another action in the past, I hope you get what I'm saying. So we are saying that two actions happened in the past, but one of them came first. Now, so if two actions happen in the past and we use passé composé for one, what are we going to use for the second action that happened before the passé composé? Of course, that's it, le pluscup parfait. So the pluscup parfait is used to express, or we use pluscup parfait when there are two actions in the past, and we give pluscup parfait to the earlier one, and that's what antériorité means. Maintenant, merci beaucoup, j'espère que vous comprenez. Please, if you have further questions, do not hesitate. Please bring it to the Zoom chat so we can deliberate on it properly. But let's talk about le pluscup parfait, how it is being conjugated. Comment conjuguer le pluscup parfait? Now, we've always said that there is a level that you will get to in French where every other thing that you are learning is not going to be much more difficult than what you have learned before. So the pluscup parfait, as gigantesque as it sounds, is only going to use the principle of passé composé. So what am I saying? If you know how to use passé composé, then you will know how to use pluscup parfait. If you know how to conjugate imparfait, then you will know how to use pluscup parfait. However, if you have not mastered imparfait, you've not mastered passé composé, then pluscup parfait will be difficult, because that's what it says there. La conjugation des verbes avoir ou être à l'imparfait plus le participe passé du verbe. So it means that you're going to take the verb avoir, you're going to take the verb avoir and the verb être and conjugate it in imparfait. This is very important, imparfait. All right, plus the past participle of the verb. It is very important. So it means that si vous ne savez pas comment conjuguer le verbe avoir et le verbe être à l'imparfait, il sera un peu difficile de conjuguer au pluscup parfait. But I want to believe that even if you don't know it, please go and revise it because we need it for this expression. Now, so let's see how to conjugate in pluscup parfait. Now, it is plainly set out here. The principle of passé composé will be used where we use the verb avoir and the verb être. So the list of verbs that you use with être will still be the list of verbs that you use with pluscup parfait. So let's start with j'avais découvert. Découvert is from the verb découvrir. Découvrir means to discover, isn't it? Le participe passé du verbe découvrir, c'est découvert. So j'avais découvert. Let me tell you this. I personally, this is a secret for me and you. I will advise you personally that you want to shift passé composé to the side for now and adopt pluscup parfait. So, because the same thing it takes you to say j'ai découvert also is j'avais découvert. Alright, but when you use j'avais découvert, I mean, the same thing it will take you to say j'avais découvert is the same thing that I will take you to say j'ai découvert. But the truth is, si vous utilisez le pluscup parfait, you sound a bit much more advanced than using passé composé. Let's move on to the advanced side of French. Alright, so j'avais découvert, tu avais découvert, il, elle avait découvert, nous avions découvert, vous aviez découvert, ils avaient, elles avaient découvert. J'étais sorti, tu étais sorti, il était, elle était sortie, nous étions sortis, vous étiez sortis, ils étaient sortis, elles étaient sorties. Alright, and let's look at the example here. It says, quand les étudiants sont arrivés, le professeur avait traité le devoir. Now let's look at these actions very well. Si vous considérez les deux verbes dans cette phrase, si Si vous considérez les deux verbes, you will realize that one of them came first. It says, when the student arrived, the teacher had treated the assignment. So it means that the teacher treated the assignment here. Again, the teacher treated the assignment here, but the student arrived here. All right, so the teacher already treated the assignment before the student arrived. Now, another thing is this. What does pluscuparfait mean in English? So, when the student arrived, the teacher had treated the assignment. The teacher had treated the assignment when the student arrived or before the student arrived. All right, so that's pluscuparfait. What I need from you now is imagine what sentences you can make using pluscuparfait. I beg of you, it's very important that you formulate your own sentences. Do not limit yourself to whatever example that you are given by your instructor. Make your own based on what you have understood. Thank you very much. I see you in the next class.